Hi everyone, it's Patricia from TarantulaHeaven.com. We have Spidey right here, my G. rosea, and today I wanted to talk about climate change and its effect on the tarantula species and community. I've definitely talked about this before, but I think that we need to continue being very concerned about this because I think that it is speeding up as, of course, the world becomes more damaged. And what I specifically want to talk about today is a new species of tarantula that was discovered in Arizona. And because of climate change and changes in the environment, this tarantula is already almost extinct. And so if that doesn't I feel like that should light a fire under our butts to take this incredibly seriously. This tarantula was discovered in Arizona's Sky Islands. And what scientists are hypothesizing is that within a few decades, the mountains where this tarantula lives are going to be pushed off. And this not only goes for the extinction of this spider, but I mean, there are lots of other animals, insects, and a whole ecosystem that lives there as well. So the new species of spider is called the Aphonopelma jacobi. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it was found in Chiricahua Mountains in southeast Arizona. And these high peaks on these mountains actually get incredibly cold in the winter, and yet these tarantulas are surviving that, which I find fascinating because I'm always under the impression that tarantulas can freeze very easily, or at least not withstand extreme temperatures, especially cold. So this tarantula was recently discovered, and it's somewhat bittersweet. The scientists at the University of Idaho are saying that despite just being discovered, this tarantula is already in danger of not existing anymore. So the reason that it's called Arizona's Sky Islands is because it does kind of operate in its own ecosystem, separate from the Colorado Plateau and the Rocky Mountains. And this area is known for a lot of biodiversity that exists there. What's around it is pretty much low deserts and dry grasslands, so this is quite a different place. So that means that this place is kind of evolved in isolation. Dr. Chris Hamilton, one of the scientists speaking out about this at the University of Idaho, says, "We often hear about new species being discovered from remote corners of Earth, but it is remarkable that these spiders are found in our own backyard, albeit in somewhat difficult to access areas of our backyard. With Earth in the midst of a human-mediated extinction crisis, it is astonishing how little we know about our planet's diversity, even for our conspicuous and charismatic groups such as tarantulas." So the place where this tarantula lives are threatened by quite a few different factors. The scientists are saying that temperature increase and the decrease of precipitation will impact tarantulas and the animals that live in this area. And these tarantulas' habitat will disappear because they've actually adapted to the cooler and more humid mountaintops. The habitat's incredibly fragile, and it's also threatened by the increase of destructive recreational activities, probably by humans, of course, and also wildfires. Hamilton says, "In addition, there is some concern that these tarantulas will be exploited for the exotic pet trade due to their rarity, striking coloration, and docile disposition. We must consider the impact that unethical collectors might have on these spiders when determining the threats to this species and implications for its conservation." This discovery represents the 30th species of tarantula documented in the United States. Aphonopelma is the most species diverse tarantula genus on the planet, at least for documenting species. Our research adds to this number and continues to advance our understanding of the true species diversity in this incredibly interesting and important biodiversity hotspot. I think that, yes, it is very important to acknowledge climate change and the very real and huge effect it will have on not just certain species of tarantulas, but tarantulas in general, and us, and animals, everybody. Everybody is going to suffer in some way. And I also like that this article that I pulled this information from did talk about the pet trade being something that could threaten the longevity of some species. because we definitely have, at least over the last 10 years or a little bit more, seen a huge increase in tarantula collecting and keeping and hobbying, and that's awesome. But I think that not all of it's happening ethically and with the spiders' interests in mind. So let me know what you think, guys. If any of you actually live in Arizona, have you ever been to this area? I don't know anything about it. It seems like it's hard to get to, at least from what they're saying. So I would be really interested to know, for you Arizonians, what you actually think about this. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. See you next week for Tarantula Tuesday. Bye.